Okay. Axis Group of Services, Tally Prime, Course, session number 3, Golden Rules of Accounting. Golden Rules of Accounting. Good morning, everyone. As a regular practice, we start the day with the fact of the day. So today's fact of the day is discipline is the bride between goal and accomplishment. Discipline is the bride between goals and accomplishment. Try to understand the meaning of the fact and try to implement in your regular life. Okay, you will see the change when you will try to implement these facts into your life, and it will take you towards your goal. Next is, in this session, the learning objectives are types of accounts. How many types of accounts are there? What are the names of those accounts, and what is the nature and the meaning of that account? What we are going to discuss. Second thing is, what is the meaning of personal account? What is the nature and the rules of a personal account? Real account, nature and the rules of a real account, and the process entry. So in this chapter, today we are not discussing about a personal account, right? So next is personal account will be discussed once we finish these two type of accounts. Next is process of entry is called as a generalizing. How what is the meaning of generalizing? How to process the entry will be the discussion point in this session. The steps to write the entries. So here I'm giving you the simple certain steps, okay, to write the entries. That is the main learning teaching way of our Axis group is we'll follow the steps to make it very easy process. So if you compile, if you follow those steps, you can write entry for any type of transactions. And method of applying the rules, general entry number one also we'll discuss. Mashallah, we are going to start the concepts from today, the class. So in the vocabulary, as usual, we will discuss a lot of new words what we are coming at the same time of discussion. Now let us start the session. Type of accounts. Here we have three types of accounts. First one is the personal account, real account, and the nominal account. So first we'll discuss about a personal account. What is the personal account? A personal account deals with names of the persons. If in a given transactions is you find any name, you need to identify it as a personal account. The real account deals with assets and the liabilities. In the previous session, we discussed about the meaning of assets and the meaning of liabilities. So here assets mean the revenue generating property of the business. Liability means the obligation or the responsibility of the business. So here real account deals with assets and liabilities, and nominal account deals with the expenses and the incomes, gains and the losses. Nominal account deals with expenses and gains, incomes and gains, and expenses and losses. Income means we already discussed in the previous session. Revenue generating property of the business is considered as a income. Expenditure means, sorry, income means the
Yes,
amount
sir.
earned against the product or against the service is considered as income. Expenditure means amount incurred to make a product or provide a services is considered as income. Here new vocabulary is coming, a new word coming in front of you is a gain. So don't forget, we are learning the language of the business, learning the language of the business. So you must know the vocabulary of the new words. Okay, and these classes, if you can see, every session is depends upon the previous sessions. Like in the previous session, we discussed the meaning of asset and the liability, income and gain, income and expense. So again, we are not going to explain more about these things because we already discussed in the previous class. But yes, always we'll try to revise those things. Okay, the intention of telling these things is if you not do the proper link between the previous class to this class, you will not understand the full subject. So before the starting the subject, always try to revise the papers from the beginning. Every day need to revise from the page 1 to page 3. This is the method of learning, because these courses we are running for become an accountant, not to write an example, not to write an exam. In exam, certain questions will come, you will answer and you will pass. But in the practical life, what will come, we don't. So try to revise from the first page to last page until unless you complete 1 year of accounting for any small company. What we are going to give you the responsibilities after the sessions. Now clear, gain means profit on sale of asset is considered as gain. Profit on sale of asset is considered as gain. Now let us start. Personal account means names of the person. Okay, personal account includes the natural person and the artificial persons. Natural person means he or she, the individual, and the artificial person means the Hindu undivided family. Name of the Hindu undivided family means any business running and the family name. You should consider it as the personal account. Names means only not Ram and Rahim. Here, any business name, any partnership firm name, any company name, any association of persons names, any body of individual names, any AJP artificial judicial means government, trust, society, joint venture, they will form a separate names. If you find any name in the given transaction, you need to treat it as a personal account. Clear? So let us understand the personal account golden rules. Rules of the personal account. So personal account deals with names of the persons as we discussed in the previous slide. Now let us understand account means already we discussed at the time of discussing the accounting cycle for the trading business. Here in the accounting cycle trading business we discussed the step number 3 is the trial balance. Trial balance is a statement. We'll prepare to understand the accuracy of the account. So how to find out the accuracy? So we explained there left hand side of account is called as debit side and right hand side of account is called as a credit side. So there are two types, there are two sides, there are two sides for every account. So some based upon these accounting rules will record some things on the debit side, some things on the credit side. That's what we are going to learn. This is the rule. What is the rule? Sir, as per the explanation, every account has two sides. One is the left hand side and the right hand side. And we know the personal account means name of the person. In a given transaction, if you find any name of the person, that is a personal account. Then as per the personal account, what is debit? What we have to debit? We have to debit the receiver. Debit the receiver. Credit means credit
Credit the
means
giver.
the giver. We need to
Credit the
credit
giver.
if any person is giving. To whom? Receiving from whom? Right. The question is, okay, sir, understood. Receiver. From where he is receiving? What he is receiving? So you need to think, as explained, you are the business. You are the business. He is receiving from you. If something is receiving from you, you need to write his name on the debit side. If something you are receiving from him, he is the giver. He is the giver to the business. You are the business. If you receive something, don't take to your home because you are the accountant of the company. You are receiving something means company is receiving. You are giving something means company is giving. So no need to write our name in the company. Always try to name the third party name, other party name. Means here debit side you will write your name or a customer name. Who is the receiver, supplier, customer or any party with related to the business. If he is receiving any benefits from the company, write down on the debit side. Credit side,
Okay.
any benefits who is giving to the company, please write down on the credit side. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So what we understood, what is the personal account, what is the meaning of a personal account, what are the rules of the personal account. The simple way the personal account rules is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Clear? Next is real account rules. So here the real account deals with names of the real account deals with assets and liabilities. Asset means revenue generating property of the business. Liability
The
means the
business.
responsibility or obligation of the business. This is the way of the revision. Revise until unless you will get it on your mix in your blood. So till that time you need to revise. This is the we are trying to link everything for the revision where we get a chance. So real account, again there are two parts. One is the debit side, one is the credit side. So real account debit side is what comes in. What comes in? Debit. Where it's coming?
The business.
Where it is coming?
The business.
Where it's coming? It's coming to your home or my home or where?
Business. Business.
Yes, it's coming to the business. Who is receiving? You are receiving. Right, you are the accountant. The stores, the company is receiving. What you are receiving, right on the debit side. What you are receiving, right on the debit side. Trade side, what's going out.
Credit.
What
What
what's
goes out?
going out. So that is on a real account. So debit, what comes in. Cre- Credit side, what goes out, you need to credit. Understood the rules? Aisha, can you explain me the two type of accounts we discussed? What is the meaning of two type of accounts and what is the rules?
First one is personal account, and second one is the real account. Rules are okay. So rules of personal account: debit the receiver and credit the giver. And the rules of real account is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Here, the personal account deals with the names of the person, and the real account deals with assets and liabilities.
Okay. Mariam, can you tell me?
So type of accounts or rules?
Both all. Type of account, the meaning
Type.
of type of account and the rules.
Okay, type of accounts are of three types: personal account, real account, nominal account. So personal account deals with name of a person. Real account deals with assets and liabilities, and nominal account deals with expenses and losses, incomes and gains. So
What is the meaning of gain?
gain is profit on sale of asset.
Very good. So let's proceed further. The meaning of journalizing. So we understood, sir. What is the rules? How to apply the rules? Okay, we understood.
Yes, sir.
Then the process of
Yes.
we understood what we have to do on which side. Okay. Now next learning is journalizing. So the process of recording the entries, the process of recording the transaction into entry is called as journalizing. These all generalizing entries will record in the journal. Where we'll record these entries in the journal. Okay, we will get a transaction. Company will make a transaction. By applying the rules, we'll record the entry and we'll record the entry where in the journal. Very simple. Okay, transaction will happen transactions. We'll try to apply the rules of it, our golden rules. Then we'll frame an entry and we'll record the entry in the journal. The process of recording the entry is called as journalizing. There is a process, and there are steps. Easy step to write a journal entry. The first step one is read the transaction and understand in the mother tongue. Okay, read the transaction. Step one is in writing the journal entry. There are certain steps. The first step we are saying is to read the transaction and understand in your mother tongue. Step two is identify the type of accounts involved in the transactions. How many type of accounts we learn now? We learn to make life very easy, to avoid the confusions by giving the transaction of all accounts. So we selected only two accounts, personal account and the real accounts. So these all the transactions are coming based upon the personal or real account. So you need to identify. Third one is apply the rule. You need to apply the rule. You know the rules. Personal account rules, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Real account rules, what comes in debit, what goes out credit. That means if you asset is coming in, you need to debit, right? This is the rules. What we need to do. That's what we are going to discuss in the further class in the right entry. There are four entries. The generalizing process involves four steps. Four steps to write an entry. You need to follow. You need to apply step one, step two, step three, step four. Then your answer is ready. What is step number one, Mariam?
Read the transaction and understand in mother tongue.
Mother tongue. English is not important. Main thing is you need to understand the transaction. Okay, language is a medium of communication. That's it. If you understand in your own language, you need to debit and credit. There is no much communication is required. High level of language is required for the accounting purpose. That's why I'm stressing on the word. You need to understand the transaction in your mother tongue. Then identify the type of account. You know, if you see the personal name, that's a personal account. If you see that is an asset to the company, that is a real account.
It is a real account.
Very simple. So apply the rule and write the entry. Let's try. This is the now, mashallah, you people are entering into in a professional life. What we discussed is the basic thing, but from now you should be more professional and understanding in your mother tongue, understanding the transactions, how to write a transaction, and this is your first entry for your life. So once you are into a professional life on daily basis, you need to write the entries. So this is on a day one. This is the day where you are starting in a professional field, right? The first entry is consider is cash received from Mr. A. Cash received from Mr. A. So what it is? This is the transaction happened, right? This is the transaction happened. Cash received from Mr. A. As to explain your in your mother tongue, हम रिसीव करें कैश मिस्टर ए के पास से अपन पैसे रिसीव करें రైట్ క్యాష్ రిసీవ్డ్ డబ్బులు మనకు వచ్చినాయి మిస్టర్ ఏ దగ్గర నుంచి దిస్ ఈస్ ద అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద టూ డిఫరెంట్ లాంగ్వేజెస్ సో ఓకే సార్ ఐ అండర్స్టూడ్ స్టెప్ వన్ వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ స్టెప్ నంబర్ వన్ మరియం వాట్ ఈస్ ద
Read
స్టెప్
the
నంబర్ వన్
Read
transaction
the
and
transaction and identify the understand the mother tongue.
yes so we read the transaction cash received from Mr. A and we understood in the mother tongue right complete any doubts in this
no, sir.
No.
what is the step number two
We need to identify
Identify
the
the
type
type of account.
so every transaction must have two accounts. Okay, so here we will try to understand cash is the property of the business, right? Cash is the asset. If you have the cash, your financial position is good. If you don't have the cash, the financial position is not good. So here we will treat it as a cash is the real account. Any
Real
doubt?
account.
Any doubt?
of no, sir.
No doubt. So next is a Mr. A is the name of the person, right? Mr. A is the name of the person. So Mr. A is the personal account.
Personal
Mr. A is
account.
the personal account. So in this transaction, there are two accounts. One is the real account, second one is a personal account. So next, third step, step number one completed. We read the transaction. We
Apply
understand
the
your
rule.
mother tongue. And so rule number 2 completed. We identify the type of account. Next, apply the rule.
Rule.
So what is the rule of a real account? What is the rule of a real
Debit
account?
what comes in.
Debit what comes in,
Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here cash is
goes out.
coming in or going out.
Coming in.
Mariam, cash is coming in or going
Cash we
out.
receive, no.
We received the cash.
Cash
That
we
means
receive, so cash is coming in.
coming in. So
Yes.
coming in means we need rule. Debit what comes in. Debit what
Yes.
comes in. So we need to debit the cash, right? What we are
Yes,
debiting?
sir.
We'll debit the cash. So personal account rules.
Credit the giver.
So here Mr. A is the giver. We are crediting Mr. A. Right. So step number 1 completed. Step number 2 completed. Step number 3 completed. Step number 4 is write the entry.
Write
Right,
the
right.
entry.
Now you know what you need to debit and what you need to credit. Very simple, right? Cash account debit, A account credit. Right. There are two aspects. And third one is you need to write the narration. Narration means the explanation of the transaction happened. Being
Cash
the
received.
cash received from Mr. A. Question chala dena hai. That is the event transaction. So next is an underline. You need to underline every transaction. If you underline means the transaction is closed. If you not understood me, if you not underline means that still the transaction is pending. Means some more transactions are coming related to this transaction. So always try to close the transactions after writing the entry. You need to close. So here this is called as an entry. Entry is having the some aspects. First one is the debit aspect. Always you write debit aspect first. First line में क्या रहना? In the first line compulsory a debit aspect. Credit aspect on the second line. Third line being the cash received from Mr. A is that is called as a narration or a description. Narration or description. And fourth aspect is underline. These are the four parts of the entries. Sometimes you will find more than two debits and two credits. That is called as a compound entry. That's what we are going to discuss in the further classes. But right now, today we are trying to understand the process of generalizing the entry, and we learned four steps and we applied the four steps, and we got, hopefully we got an answer in a very easiest manner. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No,
Please
sir.
write down the transaction. Please write down in your notes. Always try to apply the steps. Follow the steps, you will get automatic answer. If without applying the steps, if you are trying to give the direct entry, you can get an answer, but you can't become a good accountant. So this is the way of learning. Once you learn the concepts, we'll write the entry directly. But the target is not writing the entry. It is our target is to pass an entry in the software. So when you are passing the entry in the software, there should not confusion has to come. You should must know the entry, then you can learn the software. In the software, you are if you are confused in writing the entry, debit and credit, there is no meaning of learning the software. Okay. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Okay, thank you very much. As per the learning objectives of this session is we learn the type of accounts, meaning of type of accounts, rules of type of account. We understood the generalizing meaning, and we understood the process of generalizing in the four steps we divided. We discussed the four steps, and we understood how to write a first entry. Okay, just practice this, because from the next sessions, entry number 2, 3, 4, we have 34 different concepts of entries. That's what we are going to discuss. Okay, hopefully if you have any doubts in applying the rules, because up to this entry we are stopping this session. Okay, And next session, all the entries will come. Just we try to help you the concepts, how to apply the rule, and hope everything is clear. Is there any challenge you are in writing the entry?
No, sir.
No. Aisha,
No, sir. Clear,
no.
sir.
You are very clear in the steps, right? And the rules.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Next slide is here. Just we are trying to show you some, because this is a women's empowerment program. Just we are trying you to introduce some of the legendary ladies who are managing a multinational companies. Okay, Mary Barra is the CEO of General Motors. So, what is her message? She is saying, do every job you are in, like you are going to do it for the rest of your life, and demonstrate that ownership of it. So I'm telling, this is the main methodology and the message from the CEO. Always will try to implement in your life, in our Axis life. So what is your objective now? Why you are learning? This is this learn this learn these entries for your lifetime. These entries is not for 1 month, 2 months, or writing an exam. The concept, the entries, this accounting, this codes, why you are learning? Learning for this is what you are learning in these classes. That's you need to do it for your rest of your life. Right? Yes or no? You agree
Yes,
or not?
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
as per her message, she is saying you to demonstrate that ownership of it. Once you learn the concept, you learn the personal account, you are the owner of your rule. The entry, what you learn, the knowledge, you are owner of your own knowledge. You are owner of your own hard work. No one can take your knowledge. Once you learn, so follow the messages. Inshallah, we'll try to give these ladies legends. This is a life experience. She sent they given a message. It's not a proverb or it's not a quotation. What she mentioned, it's an experience of her life. It's her experience of her life. So let us listen what she is saying. We'll try to listen the video where you can understand more clearly.
The Aspen Ideas Festival yesterday, Andrew Ross Sorkin spoke with General Motors CEO Mary Barra in a wide-ranging interview. Here's some of it.
Bank of America put out a report recently that said the challenging macro and shifting powertrain strategies are wreaking havoc on product planning in the EV space. This is cars broadly, not necessarily just GM. There's a significant acceleration of EV launches, greater uncertainty around new internal combustion engine launches, and likely more last-minute product cancellations. The next 4 years plus could be some of the most uncertain and volatile for product strategy ever. You agree with that?
Well, I think when you look at General Motors, it was back in 18 where we said we believed in an all-electric future. We were already working on what our platform is, Ultium. And so we know the portfolio. Now, we keep looking, and I'll say adjusting it and tuning it as we see what's successful. But, when you look at the fact that building on the Bolt EV and EUV, the Hummer truck and the Hummer SUV, the Silverado EV, the Chevrolet Blazer EV, Equinox EV, the Cadillac Lyriq, the Celestiq. I mean, we have been working on a very thoughtful portfolio to cover the main segments. We're not trying to recreate our internal combustion engine portfolio. We're looking at the strength of the brands, what consumers expect, and what they tell us they want. And so I think we're going to have a very robust portfolio.
You've talked about 2035. Zero combustion engines, really?
Zero light duty.
Zero light-duty combustion engines.
Right.
So Mike Wirth is here from Chevron.
Yeah.
So if you are him listening to that, do you think you're sitting there saying, I believe her and I really have to change my plans completely, or this could actually take a lot longer?
Well, I think first you have to remember the car park in the United States alone is 250 million vehicles. So even when we say in 2035 we're going to sell all light-duty vehicles will be electric, it's going to take time after that. But I know Mike Wirth, so I think he believes me, and that's what GM's going to do. But from a full line manufacturer that is both internal combustion and EVs, we're the only OEM that has said that for all of our brands. So I think it's a commitment that we're making.
You've also talked, though, about the challenges of producing cheaper vehicles, so $30,000 to $40,000 vehicles, and doing that profitably.
Right.
That's going to take till when now?
Well, a lot of the vehicles that we're putting out right now, as we get to scale, because we've brought battery manufacturing inside, we have plans, and we've said, I don't talk about individual product line profitability, but we're on track for 2025 to be in that low mid-single digits, and that's before IRA.
Right.
And then we've said, later in the decade, we're going to be at parity with ICE. So a lot of it is going to rely on continuing to improve battery chemistry and getting cost out of the battery, because that's where the cost opportunity is.
But is the idea that there will be vehicles that you will sell effectively, unprofitably, to seed the market, if you will?
I would say, we're going to where we know the consumer has to be to get to the volume, and we're going to drive to profitability as quickly as possible. And then when you put things like IRA on top of it, along with the software services, I think we're going to see profitability even in those affordable vehicles more quickly than anyone's expecting.
And all of this you think is now going to happen even faster because of your deal with Tesla in terms of the charging stations?
Well, I think what was important there was we had access, General Motors customers had access to about 13,000 chargers in the U.S. That doubled it.
Was there like a moment where you're like, oh, okay, we're doing this. It might be the right decision, but it's hard.
I would say I think one of the things our industry could do is partner more. We've done partnership deals with Ford in the past on transmissions. We have a partner on many things right now with Honda. I think our industry could be even more efficient. And we saw this as an opportunity for General Motors. We were able to save $400 million.
But can you take us behind the scenes? Does Elon Musk call you up on the phone and say, hey, Mary, you want to do this?
We actually text each other.
You have a texting relationship?
Yeah.
Not Signal, it's text, straight?
We've met before on a handful of occasions, and we text each other.
No DMing on Twitter now?
So I texted him.
Let me ask you about autonomous vehicles and Cruise in particular, which I know you're very excited about. And you're adding a number of cities, including Houston. Mm-hmm. You've talked about this being a $50 billion revenue business in less.
2030.
But that's 7 years from now.
Exactly.
This is about $1 billion business today. Not even. It's
I'm
sorry.
Business we've said by 25.
Uber is basically a $30 billion business annually. Just help us with the numbers.
Well, I think when you look at, you open up the addressable market when you get the cost down. And if you think about in today's rideshare, what the most expensive component, it's the driver.
Right.
And when you replace the driver with technology, and Cruise has all their technology roadmaps to get the cost out of what that vehicle would be, I think we're going to get the cost to a very reasonable point, which will open it up. And then when people see the quality of the ride, when they get in an Origin, and you can share rides but really have your own space, or it can be space for yourself. And then you look at the opportunity for personal autonomous vehicles. Right. It opens it wide up. So having now taken several rides and knowing the plans, I couldn't be more excited about the growth opportunity for it.
Okay, thank you. Always try to follow the leading ladies' messages, how they reached, how many challenges they faced, and how they overcome. Okay, hope you people understood the story of Mary Barra from 2002 to 2003, the success what she achieved. Okay, thank you very much. See you in the next session.